on this Orin. I haven't been impressed with it in the past, so I'm going to be keeping my eyes on it to see. There's been strange engages. His ultimates have been being consistent and actually hitting the targets that he really needs to. So I'm going to be watching now to see how he tries to set up Vici. On the opposite side, though, for Rogue Warriors, you've got really strong side lane control in this Renekton and the Sylas. And as well, your team fighting is going to be really good because Sylas can steal away the likes that Call of the Forge God, the explosive cask from the Gragas, and they can look to match toe for toe in these scraps.
I'd be worried about bottom lane here because Rogue Warriors getting Kalista and Lays Thresh. What a big duo they will be here if they get off the ground. As Game 3, here it is. We go to a lot of Game 3s here in the LPL, and this one between Rogue Warriors and Vici is for all the marbles. Let's remind you here for Vici Gaming, they're sitting at 5 and 7, they're sitting at 10th. One more win, they will jump up to 9th, and they will be right under OMG. Whereas for Rogue Warriors, a win here would put them over Vici Gaming, and would also put them right under WE at the 10th position. So this is all they need to get their playoff run started. The miracle run, we've called it for Rogue Warriors. While for Vici, theirs is a bit more realistic, but not if they lose this series.
It feels like Vici have got the compositions, that style that they love to play, though. Cube on this engaged tank, Forge on a melee assassin, Ike's on this AP jungler with iBoy and something he's very, very comfortable with in this lethality Varus. And Forge as well has been stepping up a lot for this team. I mean, 73% kill participation, 28% of the team's damage, and even gets 44% of the first blood participation for Vici. So this guy gets played around pretty heavily here. And on this Kiana, I want to see the same happen once again.
Forge has been pretty much even with damage here against iBoy, as Ruby has taken Time Warp Tonic in this lane. I can tell you that right now as Forge goes in for the trade. Excuse me, I've suddenly got the hiccups. And Electrocute taken in this lane. You know what tradings are going to look like.
Yeah. Hiccups are a serious work hazard when you're a caster.
Oh, man.
I have to see if you can get them scared out of you real quick. But on Rogue Warriors side, I really like the composition that they've gone for. It's not exactly the composition we usually associate with Rogue Warriors. We tend to talk about the Azirs and these late game mages in the mid lane for Ruby. But I've looked at their games and they found the most success on these early game skirmishing champions for Ruby, and I'm hoping that we can see something similar here for Rogue Warriors.
But at least for now, Haro's condition is the same, right? He's vertical jungling now towards the top side, and that means he's going to have control over Cube for Crazy once again. Game 2, Rogue Warriors got off the ground with Haro ganking the top side over and over. He picked up the kills, then transitioned towards bot, and became that unkillable Elise who had 15 kills by the end of the game.
Cube is doing the hidey hole off in this brush, though, because he's very worried about Haro making that play top once again. With no luck in the top, though, Haro will start to move mid.
Kind of like the same as well. Opportunity strikes as Abscond Abduct does not. Haro now shows himself. Ike will do the same. It's push for push, pound for pound.
So the push will come in from Ruby. This will give him the opportunity to
back.
back.
There's Ignite. They're actually going to go right in front of the face of Haro. Forge has already used the flash. Now looking for the engage. Flash burn. And Haro matches here. First Blood goes with an assist to Ruby. Ike's walks away from this Rek'Sai. And he's done it again.
Oh god, and in flashbacks to week 1 where Vici, Forge goes in aggressive when it was Chieftain in the jungle. And Chieftain on the Gragas as well. And they end up giving the kills over. Rogue Warriors now. Over aggression from Forge, and they get the kill back once again.
Because it looked good. You thought, wow, this guy's got some gumption, doesn't he? But Forge failing there is a big upsetty spaghetti here as Haro with first blood. 3rd game in a row now. They want more.
Most certainly do, and they're looking towards Cube. We talked about this gank setup with Crazy there. Oh my god, Zhongwuji, what happened to you?
But that's what happened last time, right? When we saw him on the center. The difference this time, though, is his sustain is so much less. So iBoy more to work with here. As Haro ends up backing the top side. So that's why we moved away with camera. Haro, after that first blood, smite secured, chilling smite at that, with a long sword.
So we'll have to see now if Haro can try and turn this bottom lane back around. Has gone into the bottom side of the jungle, but a great call from Hung to get this early ward in. We'll spot out if Haro does want to go for any shenanigans in the bot lane.
Spots out this ward with the control ward down as well. So by your wards, ladies and gentlemen, works out.
And this was really crucial because with the wave pushing in against Zhongwuji and Lei, it would have forced iBoy and Hong to overextend. But now they know that they do need to play extra safe here to avoid this Rek'Sai.
Also note that Ike's pings go down immediately as they spot out this Rek'Sai towards the top side and towards the red buff, which is fast. Crazy through the wave. He has flash available. Might just have to burn it here as Forge comes in. They get the knockup. They get the CC. He flashes a bit too late. Breathe fire. Cube for the kill.
And they manage to get the kill. This is why I love Forge on these champions. He gets out of lane so early and makes the plays happen. Vici get a kill back for themselves, and meanwhile, Harrow, realizing that the pressure is on top side, manages to steal away Dragon from himself.
So it's trading once again, but I said it before, it's pound for pound so far in this early game of Game 3 between Rogue Warriors and Vici. Dragon going to go down, as you mentioned. A kill going over to Cube, and Forge getting an assist in that lane. Wuji's almost dead. iBoy feels the flash, but probably shouldn't. Harrow is going to try and get him out of here. Lay gets the hook down, but they're so weak. If iBoy hits Wuji again with W activated, he's probably dead.
Harrow was just on babysitter duty there, trying to help push this wave in against Vici so they can get the back off for Zhang Wuji and Lei. They do have the opportunity to do so, but iBoy pushes these waves super fast, so they still end up losing out on one wave.
Props to Wuji for actually keeping up in CS. He's going to fall down a bit here as the wave crashes in. But this Varus has not been dominating the lane enough for Wuji to get zoned away. But now with a bit of turret plating, that's going to skew a bit in the favor of iBoy.
The gold will, but now the lane state will start to even up because Zhang Wuji has picked up that Fam Scepter, so this poke won't stick around as heavily as it has been so far. So at least Zhang Wuji now will get to actually farm effectively.
Also with the poke, or rather the ultimate that's going to come through, the poke from Kallista's ult that turns into the engage. Bit of an advantage here for Rogue Warriors at that mark as engage in the mid lane. Ruby has taken away the supreme display of talent. This Silas is full health, Forge is not.
And this is where Ruby will really start to come online in this lane. Having just a little bit of extra damage is enough to push him over the edge. We said he can't really burst out this mid laner as Forge, because the Kingslayer will do a lot of work in keeping Ruby topped up, and in being able to take away the supreme display of talent will remove the opportunity for Forge to try and push in.
We're just saying hello to Thomas the Tank Engine from Hung, who is just walking towards the bottom lane. Tahm Kench needs a new skin, by the way. Okay, blue buff take. That's going to be a reverse on the other side. Well, Ike's, is he aware of this?
I don't know if he is. They haven't really got wards around that area. Might just assume.
They've actually just crossed over one on Vici as well, so they see the Renekton walking in. Now for Ike's, it's about the return of Flake, as Crazy moving back to lane, and Cube playing very passively in this lane now.
I think they can assume that Harrow is up here. You can see wards on the Wolves and also in the bottom side jungle of Rogue Warriors. So they'll assume Harrow is on this top side. So you could see Ike's try to make something happen on this bottom side. Was actually backed away to move into his own top side jungle.
Of course, blue buff wasn't available, to reiterate on the point there. As we go towards top side, this could be a really big brain play from Ike's. Predator available, level 6 as well with Chilling Smite. If he can get towards the top side after clearing Wolves, or maybe to match Harrow and Shadow.
Zhang Wuji and Lei are moving up here. Look at where iBoy is on the map. They're trying to go for this Rift Herald.
Death Sentence lands into the play here onto Hung. The absconded Duck does not, though. Unfortunate from Ruby, but Rift Herald started.
iBoy has joined the fray, though. When we talked already about how good Vici is on these objective fights, I have to see if they can pull off the combo here.
Lay not spotted out, flashes on in. There's the explosive cut from Ike. Pedal to the metal. Forge the ult through the river to get the slow call. The Forge got right in the middle as well. And the poke coming through going to be too much. Rogue Warriors have opted into this one. And even though they're flashing forward, now they need to kill iBoy. He's on the run. Ruby's still alive. The flash away of Scondom Duck. And they turn it right back. Crazy on top of this Ornn. Cube left alone, and Ornn needs to run away at this point. But can you when Lay's on Thresh and Ruby gets the triple?
That looks so good to start things off for Vici Gaming. They managed to get the pick onto Zhang Wuji, but after that, Ruby took over that fight.
You know what sucks? When you're a Kiana and you use your ult in the river, and sure you get the slow, but you don't get that cataclysmic effect that you do against the terrain of the wall. The Forge on this Kiana. We'll have a look at that one in a second. But now 0 and 2 here. And Forge got 3 kills off of this.
So we see Ike's go in aggressive to get onto Zhang Wuji. Great call here to focus down the AD carry. But as you said, Forge using that ultimate a bit too early means you don't get that big CC in the fight. Ike's was taken low, Forge is gone, and with that, no front line available for iBoy. You can look at where Cube is. Because he was trying to get back in from under the top lane, there's no one to help out the rest of Vici.
You know what? Crazy's been a really good team fighter. Like, good skirmisher, good team fighter, really smart positioning. There he knows he can dive on in with the dominance available, and I think he was a core factor into turning that one around. Yet again, he is fed in this lane. He's 1-1 and 3, but he's got the CS advantage over the Ornn, over Cube. Has a level advantage too. And Tiamat, Phage, Crazy in a great position to start this game off, but Ruby even more so. 3 and 0 with the Proto Belt. Rogue Warriors know they have an advantage, know they have a gold lead. Lei wants to pull it forward. He's found Ike. He's going to get a 2-man play. That's iBoy as well. Hung needs to eat his AD carry while Ike's just going to die. The Fate's call to re-engage. Hung left between 4 people. This frog is inhibited by Rogue Warriors right now. Into the Infernal, don't mind if I do.
Lei on this Thresh once again finds the hook, sets up Rogue Warriors for success. And now they get themselves the second dragon of the game, and it's starting to feel like Rogue Warriors are getting this ball rolling. Watch down towards the bottom side as well, where you've got Ruby pushing in against Forge to see if he can get some more of these plates on the bottom side.
3k gold lead. Rogue Warriors are impressing the heck out of me in these last 2 games. Vici getting baited in, getting caught out. And we've seen with a lot of these teams, even against E-Star, Vici with the better players, doesn't feel like it here.
And this is the problem that I have when Ruby ends up on Azir. Ruby is so damn good, but when he ends up on this Azir, he's not being given the early game tools to work with Rogue Warriors. Now on this Sylas though, this early to mid game champion who does really well in the skirmishes, Ruby showing up big for Rogue Warriors.
And you've got to say from here as well that this Sylas is only going to get worse. With the Kalista who's farming up and 2 strong solo laners. Rogue Warriors have everything under control. This is going to be started up yet again. Not taken in the last trade, but Hurricane can come in and smite this. Thank you very much. Great leash. Mine again.
And Rogue Warriors now have a pick of where they want to put this down. You can see there's a lot of turret plates still standing, but only a minute and a half before they all fall. So Haro will need to get some sort of control in this game if he wants to make it work. Top side for me is the obvious point. Because you already have one of those plates gone, Crazy's been pushing in super aggressively with this Tiamat, and you can look to get this Croc rolling.
2-1 and 4 now. Picked another kill up after that fight as well. Walking down after getting the shove and wave, and Rogue Warriors skirting around the gaps in vision. Done a good job clearing it out as well. Crazy behind the turret. Looks like mid will be the play instead.
I don't know if they can get on towards this mid lane turret. This is the problem. iBoy is really good wave clear. You've got Forge hovering off to the side here. It's a dangerous call, and Rogue Warriors have realized
especially if there's no minion wave. Change corruption, explosive cast. He goes bye-bye. That was a good combo from Vici, and you can see the pick potential now coming out.
Bad call from Zhang Wuji though, because the rest of Rogue Warriors had moved towards the top side of the map to try and make that play we just talked about, getting this top lane turret down, a bunch of gold into Crazy's hands, but it's turned to dust as Zhang Wuji falls in the mid lane, overextending to Vici.
And now Ruby has Chains of Corruption, wants to force this one, but can't get in range. Also note that Forge, who was 0 and 2, picked up the kill there. He was waiting for so long in that side of the brush, waiting for that play to come into fruition. And now that it does, he's the benefactor of it with Youmuu's picked up, in fact, on both carries with iBoy as well.
So as we start to look at where this map state is, as just with that, turret plates will tick away. Oh, hang on. I'm going to hold on. Multiple members from Rogue Warriors are hanging on here. But look at the river as well. There's a lot of people from Rogue Warriors here.
Spotted them out. Ruby's going to use Chains of Corruption. He doesn't know onto who yet, but he's going into Forge anyway. I told you he can 1v2, but he needs a Kingslayer. Ignites it away, runs away. Teleport going to come in and Ruby survives, but now the rest of the fight coming into fruition.
Look at Lei. He's off on the side. Can he get the hook to set things up?
Of course he can. It's Lei. He starts with the flay into the fray. Here comes Lei again. Crazy brings him in. Rogue Warriors love to fight. The blood will continue on Summoner's Rift. 9-4 now, and Rogue Warriors still have control.
And that was the play. Rogue Warriors managed to get kills on the bottom side. They'll get this bottom lane turret, but look at Vici. Top lane Cube is going to work. Mid lane iBoy is putting pressure on as well. So will be answered back at least on one of these structures.
008, this is why you don't give Lei Thresh.
Yeah.
Thresh is a priority ban from Lei because in game 1 we're criticizing the most veteran member of Vici was performing so badly on this Omnistone set. Games 2 and 3, much better, and this is like his best performance yet, in many ways.
I would like to say it's a little bit silly though that Rogue Warriors got both Rift Heralds and still couldn't use one to get a turret place.
True. That's very, very true.
So this is where we still have to start to dissect. Rogue Warriors, yes, they look good. They look amazing as a team. They're making these plays. But again, look at their objective control. The 40% is where we see it in a lot of situations. That's not good enough, and that's why we often see them falling behind. But this game, they are getting these leads. They're pushing their pressure and making it felt. And now they got first turret over for themselves.
I just love that at the start of that play, it began with Ruby in the bottom lane with Chains of Corruption, threw it blindly into a brush and was like, who we got? And it was Forge in the end, almost died, but he lived. No trade from Vici Gaming, and we're back towards the mid lane yet again.
Look at Crazy pushing in this bottom lane again, keeping Vici on their toes. This Croc needs to be dealt with. But Crazy now trying to flank, might get caught up by Forge and Ice.
I mean, they were waiting for him as well.
Yeah.
You could see. I question how you can kill this Renekton at this point as well. Doesn't have that much MR at this point, so potential is there, but Black Cleaver 3-1 and 5 with a CS lead still continuing in the top side. Vici using that push we talked about before. The wave clear still exponential here on iBoy.
Dragon is up and available. This is why we're starting this congregation around the river. Positioning is good for Rogue Warriors right now, though.
Yep.
Although keep your eyes on Forge, who's trying to play off down towards the side lane.
More importantly,
engage.
look at Ruby. He has Call the Forge God. Used it onto Cube, hits 3 people. The engage comes through, Flash immediately burnt. Cube locked on down yet again. Lei lands the hook, eaten up by Hung. Forge comes in for the flank. You mentioned it, but it's not enough. Hurrow into the backline, but dies before he can get Forge. The Fate's call there. Lei into the fray once again. Ikes will be burnt down by a weak 80 carry. Jung Wooji lives on, and Vici trying to poke down as Crazy yet again zones away the team.
And now Rogue Warriors are still looking at the flank. This isn't over. iBoy needs to be careful. But there we go. Rogue Warriors will back away. Kills in hand as Zhang Wuji pushing on the bottom side. They're waiting for Harrow to respawn on this dragon.
Going to be spotted out clearing the ward that it has started up. Jung Wooji just getting a bit more health in this wave as well.
So if iBoy does move across, could potentially look for the steal, as Piercing Arrow does quite a bit of damage, but they're not. They're more worried about where Crazy's disappearing off to in this river.
If these ducks lined up in a row, you'd probably get 2 of them,
Yeah,
to be quite
true.
honest, but dangerous to go near them. The ducks have teeth, and these ducks are mighty fed.
It's a horse-sized duck is what you're saying.
It's a horse. It's not even a duck anymore. This one doesn't lay eggs. Okay, we're not going to go there. I was like, hang on. If we start
We're gonna come back to
Take me
Rogue
to a-
Warriors
to a round.
Reba. This was brilliant by Ruby. Catches onto the 3 members of Vici Gaming in this scenario, and even though Forge, as I said, gets in onto the backline, it's too late in this scenario. Crazy does a lot of work on this top side, keeping iBoy at bay. Not really able to find the damage that this lethality burst would like.
Yeah.
And Rogue Warriors, this is, as you said, why Crazy's so good. He's able to keep so many people zoned off of fights and allow the rest of Rogue Warriors to focus down the members that they need to.
I mean, you can see why this guy was in the LCK, right? Even if it was on a team like BBQ Olivers that, you know, weren't as successful as some of the other teams we see here today.
I'm delighted, though, that he's come to the more successful region now
Hey!
in the LPL.
Nicely done.
Two-time, let's go.
But to be fair, if we're talking about long-term success, people are probably going to be like, well...
Shush you.
Yeah, okay.
Look, my memory only goes back 2 years. Okay?
Ah, yes. How convenient for you as an LPL caster. Well, Crazy in the right place at the right time, but Rogue Warriors, if they can close this one out, their playoff run is not done just yet, but it is still a hard task. We talked about it a little bit before, but this is a good sign of life, whether it's for spring playoffs or maybe towards summer, that Rogue Warriors have some bite in them, and then when they're looking like this, they can be a playoff team.
Lay, that was
Fighting
pretty
for it.
close. But I do agree, and I think we're starting to see the crux of where Rogue Warriors can take their style. Get Ruby back onto these mid-game focused champions where you can actually have the impact that you want. because that's the biggest problem when I look at Ruby, is this guy is super good. Coming across from Challengers Korea, I expected big things from him, and we've gotten big things from him. The issue is that he's doing them by the time Rogue Warriors has fallen behind. The Azir is not working it. Bring back the Silas, bring back these LeBlancs, and let Ruby run amok in your game.
I'll be honest, he sucked at the start of the split. He was one of the worst mid laners. He's improved a hell of a lot. As I know on the screen you're looking at Hung, who Crazy was walking past, getting some deep vision. He does manage to back successfully as Baron spawns, but Ruby's been more successful as of recent weeks, and I know a lot of fans will remember seeing Rogue Warriors this good looking when they were going up against IG. That was multiple weeks ago. Where Rogue Warriors took them all to 3 games, it was IG that made the backdoor in the end to end the series. That was a classic. If you haven't seen that, worth going back on. Here, this one should become a bit of a legend for Rogue Warriors as well. They're 5k gold up. They're looking for the engaged mid. They've got the second Herald, and they're trying to close out this turret yet again.
And I think a lot of the success we're seeing from Rogue Warriors now is thanks to Hoon coming into the team, the new coach, who actually originally at a time did play, or was the coach of Vici Gaming, but coming into Rogue Warriors, you can really see over the split has started to get to work, started to knock out those little problems in the armor.
iBoy caught on in, Lay goes on a journey. The explosive cast sends him on a bit of a mission here as well. As now the Fate's Call used. Ruby looking to escape. Forge might find something, but Rogue Warriors get the turret. They get out. They don't lose anyone. But Vici still do quite a bit of damage.
They do a lot of damage, but they're losing the structures. Crazy managed to get the top lane turret while that shenanigans are all going on in the mid lane. And now again, this gold lead, as he said, starting to creep up 6,000 in favor of Rogue Warriors. Dragon, that Cloud Soul, about to spawn as well for the Rogue Warriors lineup. And if you look at Crazy when he pops the Dominus, delighted to have this move speed. Ruby, with whatever ultimate he decides to pick up, will work really well too, as Harrow will be able to use that ultimate to chase down. This is a really good Cloud Soul team for Rogue Warriors.
I'm super curious about the build though. Harrow was sitting on a serrated Dirk and Kindle Gem for a while. Instead of going towards something like the Knight's Vow, he's gone to the Phage instead, so might be hitting the Black Cleaver before that lethality item we've seen on certain situations on the Rek'Sai jungle.
Yeah, I think the Black Cleaver will work a lot better here. You've got a pretty beefy cube there that you'd like to try and shred through. You have Crazy, yes, who's also got the Black Cleaver, but chances are Crazy's going to be threatening the backline, the likes of iBoy and Forge in these scenarios. So having another member to provide that cleave onto cube will be really good for Rogue Warriors.
Also note, if we talk about Edge of Night as a pickup maybe third, blocks a lot here on the side of Vici Gaming, right? There's a lot of ultimates that if Harrow gets caught out on the flank, the assassination might not work out as Lay comes close yet again. Poke coming through, Ike's has used Predator.
Forge trying to find the flank, but has been pushed away by Ruby. Actually gives over the supreme display of talent.
Now Cloud Soul on the line. Rogue Warriors want this one badly. Scuttle to be secured by Vici, but Dragon started.
Forge is out of the question as well. Ruby's keeping him out. So now there's the hook.
Ruby going to come in for the flank. Remember, Vici, no, he's there. The ultimate lines up 3 people as well. Vici with the flank here. Rogue Warriors trying to get in the backline, but Forge is better. Give it to the Kiana main to main the ultimate. As now on the backside, Hung's going to be ulted himself. Harrow running through. Rogue Warriors, they're still winning this fight. But at this point, Vici got so much more than we expected.
That ultimate from Forge was incredible. How many times can he step up for Vici to keep them in the game? We saw it against E-Stars in game number 1. We're seeing it once again in game number 3 against Rogue Warriors.
Ruby teleporting in the back end of that play. Dagda, we're going for round 2. It's not over just yet.
Crazy still has 10 seconds though before he can join in. Harrow does start up the Dragon and will be spotted by Vici. They can still look to fight.
But this is going down so damn quick. So damn quick. Rend, Smite, done. Rogue Warriors right back to the play, and Ruby's TP has to be commended there. Decision making good still for Rogue Warriors.
And we can still see now Vici not able to commit back into the pit. They don't have these big turnaround ultimates available, the likes of that supreme display of talent. But you can see it here, you called it hysterics. Ruby met on the ultimate, but the true display of talent there coming through from Forge hits onto Callista, onto the front line of Rogue Warriors. And from that point forward, iBoy free to fire, Forge free to run people down. It was really, really well played by Forge.
Fight on multiple fronts at the end as well. And after that play, while we see what Vici's potential are, we're now at a point where they're only 4K behind. A team that has so much burst is hitting these 3 items. iBoy also got the Youmuu's Ghostblade upgraded here from the level 14 on. Plus Ike's with the Zhonya's Hourglass, the ability to go into these fights, bait them in. Enabled now as I think we're looking towards top side here with the Baron, with waves pushing out.
Don't forget, we talked about Rogue Warriors having this ability to play side lanes, and with the Baron up, they're looking to do just that. Keep the pressure on the bottom side, have Crazy roam towards the mid before Cube can react, and see if they can bait out this TP. Once the TP's down, well, that's perfect, because then Crazy can keep the pressure consistently on the bottom side with a TP available of his own.
Rogue Warriors looking for a pick meanwhile, though, and you can see that Lei got poked out by iBoy. The potential of this lethality bar is so damn high. As Ike's now looking for Jung Wooji as well.
Not as tanky as a team of last time, and don't have the likes of the Senna to top up Rogue Warriors, so Vici's damage is starting to stick, and it's hitting that little bit harder.
Ruby has the explosive cast, sends them outward there. That doesn't really do anything except get them off the turret. iBoy pokes back. And it's a Cloud Soul, not an Ocean Soul. So a very different situation as Jung Wooji knows the power now.
They'd clear out the wave by Ruby, though, with that ultimate, and dissuades Vici from pushing forward, so Crazy does get a little bit of damage on the bottom lane turret.
But now we're at a point where it's like, okay, Rogue Warriors have this lead. They've got the composition to close this one out. With the Cloud Soul as well, and all of this control, it's about how they close it out. So it's that next level of stardom for this team that we need to see, right? Against IG, Game 3, things were pretty even. Then Rogue Warriors couldn't find the opportunity to close this one out. They've got a gold lead in this game. It's a very different situation. And some of these lower teams in the LPL, we've seen in the past, B5's a great example where B5 will gain a lead but won't be able to close it out. Rogue Warriors now have the potential with the pick, but that's not it either.
So again, Vici coming into these fights are going to be looking for Forge on the flank, try and get set up with Cube and his ultimate. It was a long time ago we talked about how successful this team fight could be from Vici because they were behind, and they still are, but definitely back in when it comes to the tempo and being able to contest Rogue Warriors for these objectives.
I want to see Forge's ult once again, but meanwhile Rogue Warriors coming in for a flanking position. No wards here to spot them out. Haro is right behind them. Vici have walked up pretty dangerously through the mid lane. Cube's ultimate taken by Ruby, but Vici backing away. As a safe play, you'd say, as Ike's has ult and is looking for a flank himself.
Oh, Haro wants to get in here. I don't know if he can, though. This is a bit dangerous. Rogue Warriors aren't really in a position right now to try and help him. Crazy could be the dive buddy.
iBoy's backed away. They don't know this, but he has the teleport available, of course. Pings are going down. Missing pings, in fact, through the mid lane of Vici. So they are aware they're somewhere, just not where.
And that is always the important question. Where are they? Lei is pushing forward. Trying to see if he can spot.
Oh, and Forge might have gone a bit too deep. As Gondom Ducky used the ultimate, but the Fate's call to save the day. Never mind. Forge getting caught out turns to be the best play. Call of the Forge God now from Cube, who takes the Dark Passage. 4 versus 5, 40 seconds against Rogue Warriors.
Renekton has to back as well. They can get this mid lane turret and run over towards the Baron. This is a great call from Hong. What he's trying to do is delay the back so they can make the play.
Well, maybe onto Jung Wooji. They found the pick, though. Teleport going to be channeled in here from Rogue Warriors. Crazy comes in pretty damn fast. And Vici with another pick off the back of that one. 3 versus 5. Baron sitting there.
So Ruby does have his ultimate available. Still got that call to the Forge God. No Jung Wooji. Rogue Warriors would need to play this immaculately if they hope to push Vici off.
They're going into the pit. Looks like they want to contest. Haro on the back gets poked down.
No ultimates for Vici. That's the crucial factor here. Rogue Warriors have a chance.
Dominus popped by Crazy. They want to go in now at 4K. Ruby comes in pretty fast himself. Poke comes through once again, not as much onto Ruby. Vici are forced off the Baron. That's what matters here. As Rogue Warriors, as they force them to back, they'll have mid priority.
And they can use this to push in, get a tower, and then fall back to get vision on this bottom side jungle. With Elder Dragon spawning, this is the main point, the main focus of both of these teams.
Rogue Warriors will have time to set up vision around this objective as well. And that was a close call. Vici got close to finishing that Baron, but decided against the fight, against the play.
So let's take a quick look at these items just as we're about to jump into these either Baron or Dragon fights. Because you've got 3 items complete onto Forge. He'll be able to really get onto Zhang Wuji and destroy him if given the opportunity. But Zhang Wuji crucially has this stopwatch in his back pocket, a reset button for Rogue Warriors, and that could be all they need with both Ruby and Zhang Wuji going golden to forego the upfront damage and give the opportunity for Rogue Warriors to push back Vici.
I'm also looking at iBoy while we contrast the other side of things, why Vici have been able to poke these members out. iBoy has 4 items. The upgraded Yomus we mentioned before, but now the Edge of Night makes it really hard for them to take away the core damage source.
And it makes it really hard for Ruby to steal these ultimates on and hit iBoy effectively.
Here we go. There's the poke onto late. Good knock up here from Cube. The support gets dangerously low. And Vici get priority again.
Forge, though, has been spotted in this bottom side, so this is the problem. Rogue Warriors now know they don't have to be worried about this flank from the Kiana.
But he has Yomus. How quickly can he get here? Vici pull them out, and the Dragon with it. Rogue Warriors still throughout mid. It continues.
Rogue Warriors pushing in. Forge now in a flank position. The heal from Lay to try and top himself up.
But he was spotted out. Dominus used once again. Call the Forge God going to be coming through here. Ruby can't use his. He can't knock it back. Low though on the side of Vici. Forge comes in again. The God comes through and iBoy snipes down Lay. 5 versus 4. Dragon resets and Haro's tanking it. As Ike's goes in for the body slam, out he must go as well. I don't think that's what Ike's wanted, but they're still in the advantage. Whoa! That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Vici continue the Dragon.
TP in from Cube to seal the deal when they look like they're down and they're out. Forge once again with the important... That was insane!
That's all
Forge
you need.
Is so good!
iBoy with those 4 items we talked about before. How big this Varus is and what he could do. Lay gets poked out early, he dies. Ruby gets poked out as well, and he dies too. Elder picked up by Vici Gaming. And this game turns around on its head as we have a look and see what the hell just happened.
Yeah, these team fights around objectives was where we said Vici were strong, but my word, are they taking that even further. God of the Forge God doesn't hit, that doesn't matter. Supreme display of talent onto all the members of Rogue Warriors. Only reason Zhang Wuji doesn't get caught in that as well is thanks to that stopwatch, but it sets up Vici for success. Haro, who was hiding off on the side to try and get in on the flank, doesn't have any damage. Ruby gets caught by iBoy, and oh, Vici, you really want to keep that playoff dream alive.
They really do. 5 and 7, remember. This is the run. And it begins here in front of this Baron with Elder available. If Rogue Warriors die here, Baron will get taken. The game could come to an end depending on what they get. Vici now with priority again.
If Vici can fight in these jungle corridors, it's perfect for them. Line up everyone on Rogue Warriors for a Call of the Forge God into a supreme display of talent. Vici are happy. Rogue Warriors need to find ways to enter this river without getting caught in this jungle.
Zhang Wuji and Crazy are still there in the mid lane. Baron is going down relatively fast. Down goes the scoreboard again. We're ready to fight. 5k, Hung zoning away. Zhang Wuji and Ruby joining the river. Lei is here too. Baron still going down. Haru looks for a miracle still. Control ward there as well. They haven't cleared it. He's in the back, but no, not secured. Vici Gaming hold on. They have both the buffs, and Rogue Warriors run for the hills.
And now Vici can set up the last part of their composition. iBoy's poke underneath these towers is going to make this siege incredibly strong. Looking to hit onto Zhang Wuji, just like that. And if Zhang Wuji goes too low, Cube can go with the Call of the Forge God and secure this push for Vici.
And now watch that gold rocket ahead. Call the Forge God stolen by Ruby, but at this point, Cube is just a much bigger version of Ornn because he's Ornn. Here
Where's
we go.
Haro? Haro is way off in the back line. He's trying to get a flank, but now Vici have the opportunity to push.
Ruby's going to use his own. Vici get comboed out. Crazy in first. Ike's is low as well. Haro now joins the play. iBoy is going to be turned on here. Even with Elder, the explosive cast comes through. Vici are losing the fight. In goes the Gragas. In goes Cube. But it's too late. Vici ran into the waiting arms of the young warriors.
There is nowhere for Forge to get the supreme display of talent off. And with that big ultimate gone, Rogue Warriors clean out the fight and they can push in. 20 seconds though, they won't be able to finish this game, but they will get an inhibitor.
They have that inhib guaranteed at this
Actually,
point.
maybe I'm wrong. They could definitely keep pushing in here. This is an incredibly fast tower-taking team.
15 seconds on Hung. Forge still has the ultimate available. You're right about the speed of the turrets, but at this point, do they have the confidence to do it? Rogue Warriors will open up this inhibitor. They run forward.
6 seconds on Forge, 4 on Hong. They gotta try and make it
They're
work.
doing it quick. They're doing it damn quick. The minion wave here as well. The defense is down. But Lei gets the play once again. They're on to the Nexus. Open season Forge with his ulti. It's not enough. Rogue Warriors end up taking out that back and forth series.